Just broke the window, running south, running to the south.
Shot 49, let's let you back on that.
So let's get more units back up. Running south, he just broke the window, I believe, on the house at 7. But he's one house to the south, that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard at 7. But he's one house to the south, that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard.
Hey, go get a non-lethal.
Go get a non-lethal.
Oh, hey, Sarge.
I don't have a bunker, so we're just going to have to go in and cover him.
Okay, well, let's get a non-lethal.
What?
Let's get a non-lethal. Hit him a couple times with that before we...
Just in case he's, I mean, we can't tell, so I'll just...
But he's one house to the south, that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard.
A little bit about Terrence, Mercado, and Jared Robinet. So Terrence and Jared, these are Sacramento Police Department officers. They killed black man Stephon Clark. Or Stephon Clark. 21-year-old black man killed by 2 white cops. There's, a news headline that hardly ever happens, right? Yeah, okay.
Just broke the window, running south, running to the south.
Shot 49, let's let you back on that.
So hundreds of protesters locked arms and kept NBA fans from entering Golden One Arena before the Kings-Hawks game in Sacramento. So a lot of people are pissed off about this. A lot of protesters, that means a lot of people are frustrated with the police. That shows that the police don't have the people's best interest in mind. There's a lot of hatred of it, and a lot of it is justified.
So let's get more units back up. Running south, he just broke the window, I believe, on the house. But he's one house to the south, that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard.
Was a 911 caller who had reported to the police that a man had busted both my truck windows out, and he's in people's backyards right now. The caller said the man was wearing a black hoodie, and he was running into the backyard. So that's the initial call. Now, even though cops have bigger issues when it comes to drugs, domestic violence, and insanity than the general population, which is important, cops are abusing drugs, cops are abusing their wives and their children, and they're more likely to be insane than the general population. So is it the job position that encourages those kinds of people to apply, or is it the machine itself?
He's got a hoodie on. He's running towards the front yard of 29th Street. 29th Street. He's looking into another car that's in between the fence and the front yard. Started ground unit Scott, so it looks like it might be getting one at gunpoint.
Copy, one at gunpoint.
Okay, let's get a perimeter on this. Guy's running south. He's going to hit this field. He's at
21-year-old Stephon Clark on March 18th, 2018. So this is, 6 days ago? 6 days ago in Sacramento, 2018. The guy, 21-year-old, breaks into a truck window. He's running through these backyards, and then there's a helicopter, and they have this overall perspective, and it looks like some kind of heat map or where you can see the outline, the silhouette of Stephon Clark. And I saw him running through the yards. I saw him get on top of a shed and then hop the fence. I didn't see him actually running. I saw him just a brisk jog, and then he got on the shed, then just jumped over the side, and then just slowly walk on the side of the house. So there wasn't no sprinting, not full-on running, but the way the helicopter guy was going on and on about it, he was like, oh my God, he's running to the southbound house, he's on his way.
But he's one house to the south, that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard. Further house to 1 yard to the south. 2 minutes trying to catch him.
4, David. Go ahead.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Copy, shots fired.
Charger with black people plates. Door from the boat.
Helicopter racist is a piece of shit. He's the one that suggests that there was a toolbar that was picked up. Uh-oh. Dude just picked up toolbar, breaks the window of a home. Uh-oh. Dude's breaking into houses now, right on top of breaking into trucks.
Just broke the window, running south, running to the south.
He's just breaking anything and everything. Has a toolbar with a crowbar now, a toolbar. So when eventually they corner him in the back and they tell him to put his hands down, and then they freaked out, shot 10 to 20 shots into his back. He fell after the first 3 hits, and then they let him bleed out for 6 minutes. So, he's not going to move. He fell on the first 3 hits. I know that they saw him go down, right? The flashlight's right on him. And now we have another unarmed black man who's shot and killed. Another unarmed black man. And he was also in his grandparents' backyard. So, I mean, that's really...
And let's get, when you get Sammy coming.
Copy, 9647. Copy, 5 is starting.
Helicopter racist piece of shit, whoever that helicopter dude was, he was escalating it, and he was like doing a play-by-play as if he's sort of, Terry Bradshaw and some sort of, he was exaggerating. He was making it seem worse than what it actually was. And so I don't know if the helicopter dude was talking directly to the officers on the ground, but if the officers on the ground thought he had a toolbar, was breaking into windows, was running here, running there, running everywhere, right? Even though it was just a brisk jog, he was just walking in that one scene. And then they're going to shoot him in the back. So what a bunch of fucking cowards, right? Back in the Wild West. Nobody put up with that shit. Shoot somebody in the back. Like if they're coming for you, yeah, but to shoot him in the back, and it was 10 to 20 shots. So they're afraid for their lives, right? They're freaking the fuck out. They have all the state power in the world. They have all, the weaponry that they need. And 20 shots. Pow, 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 pow. It's another cop shooting. Another black man dead. Black man dead. White cops. Cops are too much, really. The race thing, I think, is a marginal issue, because cops oppress the shit out of everybody, except for maybe not white women. That might be the only group. But they're out of control. They're out of control. There is no check in America for the police. Who checks the police? Who polices the police? They police themselves. It's supposed to be the judicial branch, the executive, and the legislative branch. But these pussies are, civilians, and they're scared of these fascist thugs. And so very few times do the fascist thugs ever get charged with any crimes. There's the thin blue line. There's a culture that, people just want to gang up on them and lie for no reason. And you can only, the boys in blue and the judges, they can only trust each other. They're a family, and they're going to use that family in order. War on drugs was started because of Richard Nixon in 1973. He wanted to crack down on anti-war activists and black folks. This is a recording. He literally said this. So why do we have a war on drugs? Because you wanted to criminalize, especially marijuana, criminalize anti-war activists and to go after the black people. Now we're suggesting death squads for the war on drugs. Death squads for the anti-war folks and the black folks. A war on drugs, death squads with the war on drugs, including marijuana. Only 8 or 9 states have legalized marijuana, and now we're going to kill people over smoking a fucking joint. Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. So the fear of this, plus he's a Confederate, Nazi, warmongering, treasonous, traitorous piece of shit, this president that we have now. So to think that there could be maybe a race war or some shit, the fear of some kind of massacre, it was said that he had a toolbar in his hand, and then they said, oh, something was in his hand. When they turned him over, they only saw that he had a cell phone. And so that's how the story first came to me, was that this black man got shot in his own backyard while talking on a cell phone. So the image that I got is he's just chilling in his backyard. There's some ordeal that's happening. Cop looks over, thinks it's him, and then just, that was it. But he's running from yard to yard, so it's not just him being completely innocent. And so I kind of, when someone lies to me like that, it's like, well, why did you tell me that? Why did you sit there and act like he was just talking on a cell phone in the backyard? So there is lots of police brutality. We do need good cops. And the thin blue line, it's almost, who's the good one? If you allow some of them to get away with murder, which is, the worst crime out there, then, put them up for trial. Got him cornered and they're confronting him in the backyard. He can, tell them what's up. Hey, I'm sorry, put his hands up, and then, just, I'll get on the ground. Please don't shoot me. Just don't shoot me. I think he probably would have lived, but I can't, be guaranteed of that. The reason why it's not that I don't think racism plays a factor in some of the, some of these things, but ultimately the oppression and what the police do is bullshit. What the police do is bullshit. They go around hurting people, and the thin blue line allow them to protect each other, and now you're protecting criminals. You're protecting bad behavior just because of their power, so therefore might is right. And these fuckers should be under civilian control. But I'm not for sure which civilians are controlling them. Their own commanders don't do it. The internal affairs, it's mostly bullshit anyways. Them police themselves. Come on, checks and balances. Police officer not believed in the American judicial process, and just put your faith in the system. The system works, right? So go ahead and say charge them, have a trial, and then see what a jury of the peers would say. I think I would do something like that, because this is an ordeal. There's a dead body. Did you need to use force? Did you or did you not need to use force? And then let's see what a jury has to say. I think Sacramento, you're wrong. And I criticize the police all the time. So what it looks like to me is that he's breaking the law. He's running from yard to yard, trespassing in all these other people's yards. And then he gets to his grandparents. He's looking for a sanctuary, but they weren't home. So since the door was locked, and he's just stuck outside. And then they're yelling at him. He gets scared. He just freezes up. He doesn't say anything to him. And maybe he move.
I got him at gunpoint, dude. You do a tactical reload, okay?
Copy.
I think I shot about 5 times.
For Stephon Clark, I feel for him. He was in the middle of breaking the law, so I can't say the cops were breaking the law, because Stephon Clark was the one who was in process of breaking the law and then trying to get away from it. So it's actually kind of amazing that the helicopter was right there and they were able to catch this guy. But that would make me, as the homeowner who called, that should make that person feel safe. That person saw somebody breaking into their vehicles. Now, I don't think it's justice. I believe in restorative justice. And no, I don't think execution is just, for stealing to be executed. And I think I'm going to criticize the shit out of them. They were being a bunch of pussies. He just freezes up. He's all quiet for whatever reason. Maybe he knows he's busted. Maybe he's going to, try to sprint one last second, just run around the corner. And then as soon as he makes, moves the muscle, they just freak the fuck out. Maybe he's going to jump through the window through his grandparents' house.
Show me your hands, gun! Show me your hands, gun! 5-7, shots fired, 7-8 down. Show me your hands!
Let's see your hands!
He's down. No movement. We're going to need additional units. Come in from the west to east of this yard.
Let's see your hands.
You all right? You hit?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
He was still pointing when I saw again. You all right, dude?
Yeah, I'm all right. I don't think I'm hit or anything.
Lived there. He didn't have keys to the place because he did not live there. So Stephon Clark, this was not in his backyard. He wasn't just casually having a conversation on his cell phone. He was trying to rob somebody. He was trying to rob somebody's truck. He walked by a truck. He saw some shit inside the truck that he wanted to take. He busted out the windows. So he's being brazen about it, just breaking, busting windows, being loud as hell. And it's in the neighborhood. There's lots of witnesses. So he seems like he don't ever think he's going to, get caught at all. So the caller, calls the police quickly, and then the helicopter spots him in the backyard running, he jumps on the shed and he jumps over the thing. So is it the same person? It seems very presumptuous. I mean, who's crossing, and again, trespassing, that doesn't warrant, I don't think any of this warrants the death penalty. I think the helicopter man escalated the situation, and then those cops were a bunch of pussies, and they got fucking scared and just started.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Star Charles 5-4.
Maybe that's why he thought he could get away with it, because his grandparents was right there. His grandparents are right there, so he thought he could break into a truck, and then if something happened, just hurry up and run to his grandparents' house. And they brought a helicopter out for someone, someone broke into my truck windows. I mean, I think it's remarkable that Sacramento police caught the guy who was breaking the law. He was breaking the law. And so legally speaking, I once heard Rand Paul suggest using drone strikes for folks stealing alcohol. In the United States, we have a right to property. So if somebody, if you own property, that is your property. If somebody takes it from you, you can use force in order to get it back. It's all over the place. In Colorado's Constitution, in the U.S. Constitution, there's aliens, even illegal aliens in Colorado have the same property rights as native-born citizens.
Stand by.
Stand by on that. He's still down. He's not moving. We can't see the gun.
The right to property is forever protected according to Amendments 5, Amendment 14, the right to property, right to life, liberty, and property. Also in Colorado's Constitution, Section 25, Section 3, Article 2. So in both Bill of Rights of the United States and or the amendments and the Bill of Rights for Colorado. The right to keep and bear arms. This is also in Colorado's Constitution, says that the right of no person to keep and bear arms in defense of his home, person, and property. His home, person, and property, or in the aid of the civil power when thereto legally summoned, but carried concealed is not a right. So if there was posse comitatus and the sheriff was like, you're deputized, then the citizens could actually stand up and do something for themselves in Colorado.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm going to reload, okay?
All right, go. I got you. Go.
You got a light on him?
Got him. Negative. Neither one of us are hit. We're okay. Suspect's down.
All right.
Good?
Yep.
A lot of laws when it comes to eminent domain, if the government takes your property, they got to pay a fair rate for you. We can also use the courts for ourselves. We're allowed to use the court system. Courts of justice shall be open to every person, and a speedy remedy afforded for every injury to person, property, or character. So they're all over the place. And right and justice should be administered without sale, denial, or delay. Section 6, Article 2, Colorado Constitution. So he's definitely not innocent. I don't think, execution doesn't warrant it, but in order to, the way our system is, you have to catch the person, take him to jail, read him the, charges, and then go through the process that way. So you have to catch the person. And so could they have caught him without shooting? Yeah, they could have. And so, as much as I would like for him just to put his hands up immediately and just say, hey.
One Charles 5-4. There's an older model, looks like Chevy, in the driveway. It's a brown house with
No, you're
maroon
covered.
trim.
You're covered. You're covered. Nothing but
God damn
stars going out. Give him a light. I got him.
Breaking into cars. He broke 2 windows of a truck. He's running into people's yards, running through the neighborhood. If Stephon Clark went into another person's house, he could have taken that entire family hostage, right? Now they're trying to corner him. They're going to arrest him. And there is, that Missouri Ferguson, hands up, don't shoot. So it's possible, right? I don't know for sure if he would have put his hands up and complied and tried to, do all their orders, if that would have worked or not. But I don't know if they would have done that for me. If I'm, if I broke into a car window and I'm running from yard to yard, yeah, I'm probably going to get shot. So, I mean, to assume that he's in progress. I don't think it's just. Here's what I wish that Stephon Clark would have done. He would have broke the window when someone said, hey, what are you doing? He would just put his hands up right there and just say, sorry for what I did. I'm going to pay for the window, and I'm not going to take any of your stuff.
Alright, this is getting...
It's open? Perfect. Do you mind just staying in the house, or can you stay in the house, please?
Yes.
Please.
Whenever anybody, this is an execution. It's hard as hell to get anybody executed, so I don't like executions, street executions like this. They fired 20 shots into his back. What a bunch of fucking cowards. And then Stephon Clark had 2 young children. I mean, they could have just shot 3 times and then, put the handcuffs on them, but then they let him bleed out on top of it. So that's, the first 2 shots took him down. The other 8 or 18, I've heard 10 and I've heard 20. When I listen to it, it only sounds like 10, but apparently there were 20 shots. And then the helicopter dude is just escalating. Oh my God, he's running, he's jumping, he's got an axe, he's got all these weapons. He's a ninja. Watch out, you guys are chasing a ninja. No, there was a light, brisk jog, and then he climbed on a shed real slow-like, and then jumped over it, or just, climbed over it. And then after he climbed over it...
But he's 1 house to the south that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard. All I can tell.
He hops the fence or just climbs over the fence. He just casually strolls. Just casually strolls to the side of the house, and the helicopter dude, he's running. He didn't even mention that he got on top of the shed or that he crossed into someone else's property. In fact, he gave the wrong information. He said that there was a crowbar or there was some kind of bar and he broke into the window. But if that was the case, he didn't walk into, the house. So the guy, the helicopter guy, sitting there saying he's got a crowbar breaking into people's houses. So the cops on the scene on the ground are looking for somebody inside a house when he was still outside on top of a shed crossing over into the other person's yard. So the helicopter dude, because he was exaggerating and he wasn't being precise, I think he confused the situation. He was, all excited about it as if like he was down there chasing him. You're up there in a fucking helicopter, man. Make sure you get the shit right. It's not like you're shooting Hellfire missiles, down from...
Oh, God damn it. Can we get in here? It's locked. For the unit's clear. Star, you still got eyes on that car?
Take a look. I didn't see him running at all. I did not see him running at all. He goes to one side, and so maybe, right at the very end when he runs to from the side to the backyard. But the helicopter guy, the KKK, mysterious helicopter racist fucking asshole, he's just like, oh my God, he's taking off running.
But he's 1 house to the south that now going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard. All I can tell.
Watch out. These cops are pussies. These cops are a bunch of pussies. And the video starts, when he's accusing him of breaking into the window with the crowbar. What did we see? Why did they start the video right there when he's accusing him of doing it? They didn't show anything about it. So just the accusation.
Just broke the window, running south, running to the south.
And they said they had a hoodie on, looking into another car, and he's acting like, oh, he's about to break into another car at that point. Is that what? Maybe he's looking for the keys or something, or maybe he's just using it as a shield. But he's acting like he's going to steal another car while there's a helicopter over top of him. I mean, it just...
Officers that they've spotted an individual.
Running to the south.
This is 22-year-old Stephon Clark.
You all right? You hit?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, you don't have the weapon.
5 minutes after the last bullet, they go check on him.
If one of you guys want to go hands, cover him.
There was a cell phone next to Clark's body. No guns were found. Officers involved have been put on paid leave as district and city attorneys investigate.
Personally, I wish they would have arrested him. Personally, I wish they would have used the system as it was supposed to be used. I don't like that this person is dead. I don't like that he's dead. I don't think that stealing warrants an execution. And there's a lot of things that these cops could have done better. They could have done a lot of things better. They're, just scared to fucking death, so they're popping off 20 shots. They're a bunch of pussies. The helicopter dude is making it sound like he's a damn ninja, that he's got a weapon, he's got a crowbar, he's breaking into windows, he's running over here, running over there. Who knows where he's at? And they were anti-human. When they shot dude, they shot him 20 different times, and then they just laid back. They just laid back and said, who gives a shit? Like, the guy's bleeding out. So if you shot somebody and you didn't even like the person, I would think that, okay, I shot him. I don't want them to, even if if it was justified, do you want him to die? You just...
Hey, go get a non-lethal.
Go get a
Oh, hey, Sarge.
I don't have a bunker, so we're just going to have to go in and cover him.
Okay, let's get a non-lethal.
What?
Let's get a non-lethal. Hit him a couple times with that before we...
Just in case he's, we can't tell, so I'll just...
if you had just shot the person, now it's also, they broke out windows. So it wasn't like he had a gun. It wasn't like he, was doing it wasn't a violent crime against the person, their body. It wasn't like a, I'm going to hurt you kind of thing. But it was stealing. Stealing's right up there with, violence, rape, murder. These, it's right up there. So I don't think it goes to that level. There is some question about the right to property. Can we say some things is mine, some things is yours? Now, legally speaking, we totally can. Absolutely. And if somebody takes it, something away from us, we can take it back. So, in short, I think what they did was legal. I think they bumbled the fuck out of it. Now, I have been victim of a home invasion, and it feels gross. It feels like a violation, and it feels like it's setting a precedent, and it's an invasion. It's an invasion. Exactly, what should have happened. In Colorado, there's make my day law for home invasions. So if somebody is breaking into my house, it's, there's no, doubt in my mind. If somebody's walking towards me to do me harm, then I'm allowed to stand up for myself. Now, if somebody's trying to take something, out of the yard, if somebody's, out there walking by the sidewalk, looking real slow, then they look like they're about to go do something. Do I have to wait until they, put their hands over? What if they, are just reaching over, and what do I do then? So I would like to think if I'm a police officer on the scene, I'm saying, hey, stop doing that, right? If the verbal commands don't work, then I'm approaching them. But if it looks like they might have a gun, then, I'm firing a warning shot, and then I'm maybe shooting the guy in the leg, but if he keeps, pushing me, eventually after the 7th, right, you got to...
Police. Hi. Can we check your backyard real quick? Supposedly somebody just broke some windows over here and then ran through your yard.
Oh?
Yeah.
Broke some window?
Somebody broke some windows over here on vehicles.
Okay.
And then when they were confronted, jumped your fence right here.
Okay.
We just want to check your backyard to make sure they're not still back there. Can we do that?
Yeah, let me just make sure my 3 dogs are in my garage. Okay?
Okay, what kind of dogs are they?
Labrador, Husky, and miniature pincher.
Are they mean?
Like this hierarchy that they're supposed to use. First, stop doing what you're doing, then there's a taser, and then there's a hierarchy of, you know, use the least and then go up to the most, with lethal force being the very last one. But when you use lethal force, they're taught to shoot center mass. They're shot to, you know, you pulled a gun out, I hate it. They bumbled the shit out of this. They were inhuman the way they let him bleed out. They could have probably saved the guy. So I think if you want to criticize, you know, them for shooting 20 times, yes, absolutely, right? But you only need to shoot 1 time in order to kill a guy. And then if you want to say how they just let him lay there, you know, and like, are you okay? What do you mean? He didn't have nothing to shoot back. Why? They couldn't have been hurting in any way. They're sitting there consoling each other when they just did this foul deed. So they're, you know, they were inhuman, and it's really sickening to watch because that's what the machine does.
This yard real quick and then head over there. Can you tell if this backyard for 7566 has got shrub or any place to hide?
That's what the machine does. The machine kills humanity. And so I think that they should be charged with, you know, something with letting him lie there for 6. There's 2 of them and 1 of him. And he's, you know, probably dead. So for them to be all scared and like, are you okay? I'm okay. Are you all right? Oh, no, I'm okay. Oh, my God, I was so scared. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Are you all right? Come on, you fucking men. You just fucking murdered a person. You just, you know, how are you going to act like that's very inhuman? And then also that helicopter dude. Check out that helicopter dude. The helicopter dude is escalating the fuck out of it. And if he's, you know, part of the media, then I guess he's allowed to go ahead and narrate the shit out of it. But if he's a government guy, if we're paying, that's a taxpayer guy, you need to give accurate information. You don't need to be, you know, you're not narrating over some war fucking movie. This is real life, man.
But he's 1 house to the south that now, going to run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard. All I can tell.
Our complainant last saw the guy jump the fence here at 7566. We are unaware if he went anywhere else from there. If you want to check kind of west, northwest area. Alright, we'll see if we can... Alright. Hey, we're good. Slow it down, we're good. 1 Charles 5-4, I want everybody to know we are fine. No officers are hit, subject's down in the backyard.
You have a gun?
We have security. We're not moving in until we have more.
We don't have it. Do you see it, Jared?
I don't see it.
He hasn't moved at all.
He hasn't moved at all.
Do you think we're going to need...
Right now,
You want to get it detained?
not yet.
No.
Yeah, we're good.
Got 1 hand by his face.
1 Charles 5-4. Can't see the subject's hands. He's still not moved. 3 Sam 5. If you can head this way, we can use the body bunker before we detain him.
Hey, can you hear us?
Police department, can you hear us?
We need to know if you're okay. We need to get you medics, but we can't go over there to get you help unless we know you don't have the weapon.
Hey, you guys, are you good right here?
Good here.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna go give the correct address for this place.
7566.
Whoa, which way? Good? If one of you guys want to go hands, cover them. Oh, fuck.
Waistband? Yeah, we just start CPR. 3 SAM or SAM 5, send fire in, go through. Right.
Did you fire?
Yes.
Come over here. Both of us did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many rounds did you fire and which direction, sir?
We both shot southbound. I shot about 5 times. I don't know exactly how many, but about 5 times.
Just come out of here. Who were you with?
Wait, let's... Is he responsive, breathing at all?
I need a mask. Can you bring a mask? Rescue mask? Rescue mask? I got it. Go. Go ahead, go. No, we need a...
Go inside, please.
Hey, you?
Hey, you guys good?
One Charles 5-4. Sorry about the dogs. Asking if you still got eyes on my car. I got this corner if you want to fan that way real quick.
Yeah.
hold the shed. He didn't come this way, dude. Okay. This corner. Oh, are you serious? This piece of crap.
Rabbit doesn't have it.
What do you have on him?
Like this, something in his hands. It looked like a gun from our perspective. Yeah, it probably is.
You put it out. You put it out.
Okay.
Sir, can you move? Can you hear us? And that's it? He didn't move after that?
He has moved.
Okay.
He came up and then he kind of approached us, hands out, and then.
Yeah, he was.
Let's have the next unit just bring a non-lethal in case he's pretending, but let's just, in case.
All right.
And,
The dogs, so I've been listening to you, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The dogs are still going crazy back there, so, but now they're quiet. If I would have gotten hold of him, he would have given me all over it.
They're friendly, but
Why don't you just put him in the garage?
Yeah, just put him in the garage. If that car leaves, then
Then we'll go check it out.
yeah.
But he said there's a shed southeast corner that he can't clear. So other than that straight shot on the way out to the last note too. As soon as I step out.
Yeah.
Hurry up, lady. Up a little.